Hello, hello, I'm Tracy Pierce, and thanks for joining me for this Live with the Animals video series. So this series was born out of what was happening here in the United States back in March of 2020. Coronavirus showing up very prevalently on the scene, different kinds of quarantine, shelter in place, lockdown kind of measures starting to happen. And I just became really curious what the animals thought about this whole situation. And they really encouraged me to start this live streaming video series. And so here we are several months later, and the animals are still showing up with lots of messages for us. So today, our animal interviewee friend who's joining us is Charlotte the goat. So Charlotte is a goat who lives at a ranch not too far from me, and I get to visit there every once in a while. And Charlotte's definitely had some issues integrating with the herd, and just some other behavioral things happening. So, and Charlotte and I seem to have a pretty good connection. She seems to like me. And so I thought we would try to do a session with her and see what's going on, what she might like to tell us, and any goat wisdom she might like to share with us here in the world. All right, so if you're joining me live and you have questions for Charlotte, if you're on Zoom, just type them into the chat. And if you're joining me live on Facebook, just type them into the comments. All right, so I'm just going to get quiet here and start tuning into Charlotte and see what she would like to share with us today. So what she's first showing me is the last time I was at the ranch, she was just doing a lot of talking, just just at me. It was almost like conversation back and forth with the goat sounds she was making. Is there more to that, Charlotte? I feel like I've been trying to get attention, to get the humans' attention. Sometimes it feels like it works. Is there something that you want the humans at the ranch to know, or the people taking care of you? So she's showing me, I feel the feeling of crankiness kind of come in, but she's showing me something about her belly too. Could you expand on that, Charlotte? She shows me this spot, and it feels like I feel it just below my own belly button, and she's kind of showing it in a similar position, like on her goat body. There's this, is it energetic, or is there something physical going on there? She says, I'm not sure. It could be both. It's definitely energetic, but it's almost, I feel like this, it's almost like a jagged rock or something I feel in there. Is there, so it feels like that might be what's causing your crankiness. Is that what you're saying, Charlotte? Okay, so I hear yes. Um, is there something you need or want, like from the medical world or healing wise, that might help you? Okay, so she's asking me to do a little bit of the technique that I do, some healing work um, with her. Let me open one thing. It's interesting. This is the first time this has ever come up in one of our live video sessions, but I guess I'll demonstrate how I do best here with Charlotte. I have my little teddy bear here that I use as a conduit, and best is basically a quantum healing kind of thing. So we're going to start I'm basically helping balance the north and south polarities in Charlotte. Okay, so that's the first part. And this works with humans too. It's interesting because with animals, it works sometimes much faster. Like their energy is more open and they're more able to receive the healing energy. Okay, so we're gonna work on this little that little like hard pebble crunchy area that she was showing. So we're gonna see if we're gonna do a round of clearing on that. Okay, so we're thinking, this is a quantum healing thing, so feelings are involved. I'm thinking and having Charlotte think of the feeling tranquility. And I'm also holding the number 4. And it's hard to see in the video, I can't hold it up high enough, but I'm holding some contact points on my little teddy bear friend here too. So this is how I do it remotely with animals, the best healing technique. Thinking of the feeling tranquility, really spreading that feeling of tranquility to Charlotte. Okay, so I feel the energetic shift there. Okay, so I get the all clear, Charlotte, that that's as much of the healing work that your body is ready to accept today. I wonder if is there more you want to tell us or something you want to say about the healing technique or something? Well, she says, I do feel kind of and I felt this too, like a shift in her energy after we did that one round there. Okay. Charlotte, what else I have some questions from your friend Kate, who comes out to the ranch sometimes. Is there anything else that you want to tell us about you or your situation before we move into some of the questions? No, I'm ready for questions. Okay. So, Charlotte, why do you isolate from the rest of the goats? Are you lonely or sick, or is there something else happening there? When I ask her that question, I feel her energy get really tight. And it's almost like this layer of armor comes up all around her. Okay, Charlotte, is there something that in particular that you are shielding yourself from? Can you show that to me a different way? I don't think I totally understand. Do you want to be integrated with the other goats? Because like what you're showing me, it almost feels like you don't want to have anything to do with the other goats. You'd rather just kind of be by yourself. Yeah, she does show herself to me. It's almost like in this energetic bubble. I feel very complete on my own. I know this is unusual for goats. Like goats are herd animals, and so me feeling this way is considered to be weird. Okay, what more do you want us to know about that? Like, do you feel like you could be integrated with a different herd of goats? Is it the particular herd where you are that you don't like, or is it just other goats in general that you don't like? I do feel myself more as kind of a separate animal, and I don't feel lonely when I'm separated from the other goats. Like there's almost this feeling from the humans that come around of like pity for me because I'm not integrating with the other goats, but that's kind of the way I want it. So don't feel bad for me. Okay. So are you sick then? Are you having health issues at all, Charlotte? I know they thought at the ranch that might be part of why the other goats were kind of pushing you away. So she's showing me like a little bit of coughing. I think that's been going around a little bit at the ranch. Yeah, she's saying I don't feel like I'm any worse off than some of the other goats. Um, yeah, I don't particularly feel myself as ill. Okay. Okay, so that's what Charlotte is saying. My perception is there is like a low level of something kind of going on. I know there's been some stuff, issues out there at the ranch with health related things, but I do feel this cough underlying still a little bit. Charlotte, do you feel like that's something other than the smoke that has been around the last few months from the fires? Well, the smoke isn't helping. She says, I'm not really sure if there is something else underlying. It's not like I feel really sick, is what she says, though. Okay. So we do have a question from one of our viewers popping up here, Charlotte. Is there somebody that you miss? Is there someone you're missing? So she is showing me this woman. Maybe it's a girl. I can't I can't really tell the age. I see this girl or woman with blonde hair, and it has like the two braids down the side. Is there something, is this your previous owner or somebody who lived at the place where you lived before? Yes, I miss her. She would come out and play with me like every day. I kind of get the impression this girl might have been a teenager, like not quite full woman, but getting there. Yeah, she's saying, this is interesting, because actually Charlotte has asked to come live with me before, and I'm just not in a position to do that. I am not able to provide what she needs where I live. But she is saying like there's something about me that reminds her of this other girl or woman. And that's part of why like she's asking, has been asking to come stay with me. Okay. Um, Charlotte, I don't know if I kind of get the impression it might not be possible for that girl to come visit you again. Um, is there something that we humans who are here now could help, um, could do to help you feel more integrated or to help ease this loneliness, this missing of your friend? Yeah, I do miss the physical companionship there. Um, she's asking me if I would come visit a little bit more frequently. That might be possible, Charlotte, and we could kind of hang out. Is there somebody at the ranch maybe that you need more attention from? Somebody who's already there? Well, I really like Melissa too. Like when she comes out to visit, um, I feel like she has a little spark of light in her that she sees me for who I really am, is part of what Charlotte feels. There's something about Melissa's connection to Chip, who is one of the therapy goats. We've actually talked to Chip earlier in the video series. Um, Melissa is Chip's human. Yeah, I would really like it if Melissa would always say hi to me when she came out. She doesn't necessarily need to hang out with me or anything like that. I realize that she's coming to see Chip, but if she would make an effort to say hello, I would really appreciate that. Okay, we can do that. I'll let Melissa know. Any other requests there from the humans at the ranch, Charlotte? Don't feel sorry for me. Okay. Like I don't want a pity party, is what she's saying. Like just because I'm different and I separate myself out doesn't mean I'm any less. Um, okay, let me check here. I think we have some more questions too. So, and okay, so this is kind of an extension of what we were talking about before, but you know, we said you don't get along with the goats, and so Kate is wondering if this is if there's more to, you know, you just headbutting them, which seems like out of nowhere. It seems like you just headbutt them out of nowhere. She says, well, that might be how it appears to the humans, but I have actually been telling the goats to screw off. Um, Actually, she's using much stronger language than screw off, but we'll keep this family friendly for today. But yeah, there is this real energetic sort of like pushing away that she's showing with the other goats. And she's like, they aren't respecting my boundaries. And so clunk, she just shows like clunk, headbutting them. It's like, if they're not going to listen to me, then this is what I have to take it to. Okay, so it sounds like what you're saying is, even though it seems like it's out of nowhere to Kate, you're doing this headbutting, there actually has been an energetic exchange between you and the other goats, and they're not respecting you. Is that correct? Essentially, yes. Okay, okay. Um, Is there anything else you want to tell us about the other goats? Like, I mean, I can't make them do anything, but is there something else that you want to get off your chest, or maybe we can broadcast to the herd or something? I feel like if I would have the support of the humans, that I could stand up for myself and not feel so small. There's something about sometimes the way the humans look at me, it makes me feel small, like they're pitying me. Again, like she doesn't want that pity. Okay. I feel like I'm working it out with the goats, and I'm totally fine with headbutting them if they're not going to pay attention to me. Yeah, don't worry about me. I feel like that situation is under control, is what she says. Okay. Let's see. So one more question from one of the ranch folks. Do you want to be bred or have babies? How do you feel about that? Hmm. It's almost kind of like she's thinking it over, like she hadn't considered it as a possibility before. She's like, I didn't realize that I had the option. It would just be like, if it was going to happen, it would be something that would happen. Yeah, she keeps showing like her belly getting big and the baby's coming out, and her actually feeling kind of separated from the whole process. Um, there's almost this sense of viewing it from outside. Can you tell me more what that means? Like, it feels to me like you don't have any attachment to whether you have babies or not. Is that accurate? Yeah, she says I never really thought about it. Yeah, it's almost like it's not something I ever thought that was within my control. So it's not something I have an attachment to either way, because I don't have control over it. Like if one of the male goats gets into my pen while I'm in heat, then that's just what happens. Um, yeah, she's like, I don't really have a strong opinion one way or another. There's a certain sense of her being in this flow of nature, and kind of going with the flow of life as far as that's concerned. She's like, I don't know how good of a mother I would be. Um, she is like sort of showing a comparison to some of the other mama goats in this particular herd. And she's like, I'm not sure how I would compare to them. There's sort of this different maternalness about those other goats that like I don't necessarily possess. She's like, I have a hard time even contemplating if I had babies, what it would be like to take care of them. Like she's also showing this like chemical process starting to happen within the body. She's like, I understand that might affect my feelings and like the need to take care of my babies, but as those chemicals are not active and working right now, it's hard for me to even consider that as a possibility. Wow, that's really interesting, Charlotte. It's an interesting perspective. All right, so I'm checking for any questions we might have, any others that come through. Not seeing any. Okay, so Miss Charlotte, is there anything else you definitely want us to know, or any goat wisdom you want to share with our viewers? Anything else we humans, you know, who are in your physical reality these days might be able to do to help you? Well, I don't necessarily feel like I need help. Again, um, this is a case of humans viewing me in a different way than I view myself. And okay, so do you feel comfortable with the herd? Like you're happy with your living situation then? Like you're comfortable, you're happy with it? There is part of me that wishes I could go back to that girl. Um, but I'm open to what happens here. So she is showing, I know this particular ranch, I mean, they used to hold more classes like goat yoga and things like that previous to 2020 and all the different lockdown measures that are happening. Um, so Charlotte is showing like holding this idea of there being something more available at this ranch. The other thing to know, Charlotte, and I don't know how aware you are of this, but this ranch, the owners are planning to move at some point, I think next spring. And I don't know whether you're going to stay with them or potentially go to a new farm. She's like, oh yeah, I had an idea about that. Like I knew there was something around that happening and that this was not going to be my permanent home. I am interested in humans. She says, I do like it when humans come around and I have different um, opportunities to interact with them. I do find humans more interesting than the other goats, she says. Okay. Yeah, if anything, I would like to have more opportunity to be around humans. I really get something from that. She shows me this back and forth kind of voice thing that she and I were doing. She likes it when humans talk to her and like asking real questions and giving her the opportunity to even just to make that noise that comes, whether the humans understand what it means or not. There is something fun and joyous in this back and forth kind of thing that happens, Charlotte says. Okay. Anything else you want us to know, Charlotte? Okay, I'll try to come visit you soon. I'll look at my schedule as soon as we're done and see what I can write in to come visit you. Okay, Charlotte? Okay. I visit you telepathically a lot. Like I have a little reminder on my computer to tune into you. I know you need some extra support sometimes. And she says, oh yes, I've been feeling that. Okay, but I want you to come in person. Okay, I will. All right, well, thank you so much, Charlotte the Goat, and thank you for our live viewers and anybody watching this later for tuning in and checking out this wisdom from the animals. It's been such a fun series to do. I hope you'll join us some other time, and until next time, take care and be well.